Good evening, everybody, and welcome. We are here, as always, on the Tuesday evening XCL rookie event. This is one of my favourite of the week, as I always say every week, but that's because it's the truth. So we are here at the sunny Valencia. We have a 25 car field currently. I think there was only 30 entrants for this one because of how small the track was. And then we have a 30-minute feature race after obviously this 12-minute qualifying session. And then I believe they have to stop for a minimum of 1 litre of fuel. So we should see some good action out there. There's a few fast drivers. I think based on the practice times, we were looking at roughly like a 1:32 for pole. I think maybe with all the adrenaline, we might see a high 1:31 or maybe a mid 1:31 as the final pole time. But I think if you want to get someone near the front, you need to be in the 1:32s for sure. We are currently riding with the number 72 car of Sam Lang. Sam Lang, I think, is a returning driver. I haven't seen his name in a while. He's got a nice looking yellow, black and red liveried Ferrari here. I'm always a fan of good liveries. But yeah, we have quite a few new debutants there I need to go through as well. So we always love a new debutant because there's always one out there that does normally pop himself up on the podium. And I think I do know who that might be today. But we will keep an eye on it as it unfolds. But here we are, with Sam Lang as he just starts his first lap. With it being a small track, so like I said, a pole time of a 1:32, 1:31 is definitely on the cards. We have restricted the grid today to 30 drivers because obviously 40 would just be a bit chaotic out there. So hopefully we won't see too much field spread and there will be a lot of action to cover. There normally always is on these things. But yeah, I don't know. There's probably a handful of drivers that can get themselves onto the top spot of the podium today, but I honestly, there's so many good drivers in this list, but I was looking through earlier that I don't know. I couldn't pick the top three. I think we will see a lot of battling at the front. Hopefully they keep it clean and there isn't too many crashes. It just looks like someone joins in late there potentially. It does say 25 now. Unless there was a couple of people that maybe have just glitched out. We have Big Al and Instant Velo here. But yeah, we're just riding, like I said, with the first driver at the pits, which is Sam Lang. There are a few drivers behind him that are all on flying laps as well. Sam Lang, like I said, I haven't seen his name in a while, but I think he is a returning driver. But I think that signed up there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 new drivers that potentially were going to join today. But I will have to go through them in a bit and see if they are all here. We do have some familiar names out there as well. So, unfortunately, I don't think we have Cowboy. And Cowboy was, or still is, only 49 points away from becoming our next bronze driver. But he has opted out last minute as well. So that's a shame. But as Sam crossed the line, it is a 1:32.8. That is roughly where you want to be. As we see, the driver I was alluding to earlier, so AERT Skeno. I think it is Skeno. We'll have to get him to tell us how to say his name properly afterwards, but we'll call him Skeno today. So Skeno, it did look like he was a rapid driver in practice, and I think he is one of the XCL debutants today. And with that 1:31.7 time, a second faster than everyone else that has set a time currently. Actually, that's fortunate, so he does come in 0.3 behind him. But I think Skeno is probably looking like he might get himself on the podium today, so keep an eye out for him as the race unfolds, because I think he will be a contender for sure. He does have some decent pace out there. Let's just ride with Bimmer in the Porsche. Bimmer, I think, one of our oldest drivers in XCL. I can't remember exactly how old he said he was, but he's up there. He's up there as one of our senior veterans, him and Lynch. But I think he just pips Lynch for age, and he is 7.1 seconds off the pace currently. But I think he probably will improve on that one. But I love Bimmer racing here because Bimmer's a good racer. He said he will find himself probably in the midfield once all the times have been qualifying's been completed, and he's just. It just goes to show you that in the next 20, 30, 40 years, guys, you can still be racing with some of the best drivers out there. But age is only a number when it comes to racing, so good luck, Bimmer, today. I'm sure you'll do well. Panzerberg across the line, he goes 4.8 seconds off the pace currently, but I'm sure he'll have plenty more laps to be able to see what time he can do. P1 Wilson, who looks like he is friends potentially with Skeno, is coming around now. He is also in the McLaren. Let's see what time he can do on his first representative lap. As he crosses the line, he goes P1 actually with a 31.4. So Wilson and Skeno, who I said I do believe are I don't know if they race for the same team, but look at that. That is a McLaren, first, second, third and fourth. So clearly this track is good for the McLaren drivers. But yeah, it is P1 Wilson that does take that initial pole position, but we've still got 6 minutes to go, so a lot will change. Gaz crossing line now, he goes P10 on his first lap. I know he can do better than that. He is one of our faster drivers. Dawid, you can see, didn't have his red card updated in time. You see the red next to the numbers, it indicates they are a rookie. So we can see that Dawid, who goes P13 with 3.8 seconds off the pace, is one of our rookie drivers, as well as Sprightly. Sprightly coming out of the pits now. I just have to give a shout out to Sprightly because Sprightly is a close friend of Sir Dick Trickle, as our league admin, sort of co-owner slash broadcaster extraordinaire. Dick Trickle said to give a warm welcome to Sprightly and say he sends his love. So Dick Trickle to Sprightly, you are Dick Trickle's favourite for sure. So good luck out there today. The next car coming around is the number 30 car of Panzerberry. We've already watched that one. So let's see the 73 car next. That is Rewex. Let's see what Rewex can do on his first lap. I haven't looked down on my chat, but I have seen the familiar green writing of what looks like Jamie Fellows, and I would be right. Jamie Fellows saying, unless our numbers called early. What do you mean, Jamie Fellows? What are you alluding to that I've said that I've missed? What do you mean by the numbers called early? Big Al come around to his first lap. We do know Big Al has certainly got some pace. Always a contender for the top 5 in any kind of race he does. And as he crosses the line first time around, he goes P9, 2 seconds off the pace. The next car coming around is the 319 of Fortunator. Fortunator currently 1.2. As we see actually ART Skeno going to the 130s. So I said we might see a 131 today. Well, I lied. We've already seen a 130.9. So Wilson's going to have to find some more if he is going to get himself up the order. Fortunator crossing line now. Does he improve? It doesn't look like it. So who is next out there? The number 222 car of Instax Velo. Instax Velo, welcome to XCL as well. I believe you are a debutant driver as well. I will give a shout out to you boys, but as we see right now, it is currently 5 McLarens in the top 7, so the McLarens clearly have some pace around here. The Ferrari's not having a good day. The highest ranked Ferrari is Sam Lang in 8th, and they're all languishing down the back of the order. Porsche's even more so. So these guys need to get out there and set some times. But as Velo crosses the line, does he improve? He does not. We have the number 46 car coming across next. BMW of Hush Webb. Hush Webb crosses the line. He's still going 8.5 seconds back. So he needs to find some improvements out there to move up the order slightly. The number 37 car of Armando Mar is next. He's a regular top 10 finisher. So what can he do on his next qualifying lap? He does improve, but not enough to get himself up the order. The number 158 car coming around next. That is Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I haven't seen his name in a while, but he is a good driver for sure. He is coming across the line now 1.4 back. He goes 1.3 back. So everyone's improving, but there's not enough improvement in these times to get himself up the order. Sam Lang currently in P9, see what he can do. Jimmy Fellow saying, when you said we could be driving with the best drivers in 20 years or so. All right, so Jamie Fellow's being on the depressive side, saying that, yeah, he might kick the bucket before then. Very sure. Hopefully you don't, Jamie Fellows. Well, just don't for the next 8 weeks, mate, because you've got a big season ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you race in the TSRC. So don't be dying on us just yet. You can in 8 Sundays' time, if you like, but just not for now. I don't wanna ruin my streams. I'm looking forward to watching you out there. Sprightly, who we do know is Dick Trickle's favourite man out there. Let's see what he can do on his first qualifying lap. He goes P18, 3.7 seconds off the pace on his first lap. Yeah, these times are coming down, guys. It's looking pretty good out there. We have the number 222 car. I've quickly lost you. That is Instinct Velex. He does go up 1 place on that lap. We've got a gaggle of cars. Look at this. Cole coming across the line now. Starting with the number 46 car of Hush Webb. He's got a lot of cars behind him. So as he's all crossed the line, I'll see if anyone does improve their times. Hush Webb does go. He's still P24. There's only one driver out there that hasn't set that time yet. Springsphere. Springsphere seems to be a consistent driver, just never decides to qualify. Emmanuel coming across the line again. Let's see what he can do this time round. Currently P7. Can he improve? No, he doesn't improve on that position. These cars are coming thick and fast. I can't keep up with them. Let's go back to Gaz, currently in P15, see what he can do. Jamie Fellows saying, you mean hitting the pit wall? Well, yeah, Jamie Fellows, you are a class act at crashing into pit walls. I mean, if there was an award for most pit walls crashed into in a single race, you'd probably be up there somewhere. Gaz goes P11, 1.8 seconds off the pace. But he is getting faster. Fortunator coming across now. He is 1 second back. Can he close that gap as he crosses the line? He does not. We have the number 21 car next. Where are you? That is Dawid, one of the new drivers. He crosses the line. He goes up a bit further. He goes up to P19 ahead of Sprightly, the other new driver. Dick Trickle's not going to be happy about that one. Levi goes up one place from 18 to 17th, beating Pernaza. And we have the number 73 car, Rewex, coming across next. Currently P23 as he crosses the line. He does not improve. We have the number 702 car next, Outspace. Outspace is another XCL debutant today. So let's see what he can do this time around. Jamie Fellows, why do you never race in XCL anymore, man? You need to get on these races. This is a rookie race. You could have been racing today. But Outspace, currently 2.5 seconds off the pace. As he crosses the line, he does not improve either. Who do we have here? We have the 722 car. That is someone in the front. Yeah, that is Skeno. Can Skeno improve on this lap? He is currently the fastest car out there, but can he make a lap better? He does not improve this time round. The number 158 car is coming round next. That is Emmanuel again. Emmanuel's going in the pits. The next one's the 81 car. That is Pernaza. Pernaza 81 is currently 18th. Can he get himself back past Levi's, who did take that place from 17th? Can he get himself up into the top 15? Only time will tell. No, he does not improve that time. So 319 is next. That is Fortunator again. What are you doing this time round? Jamie Fellows saying you're not signed up to XCL. I'm with Box 3 and TSRC. Yeah, well, I suppose Jamie Fellows. I mean, you can still race for TSRC and Box 3. I mean, the good thing about XCL is the races are every single day. So like you can literally race. Monday to Sunday. Obviously, don't race Sundays because you're with TSRC and I won't want you on that one. But, you can race Monday to Sunday. There's races every single day. As it looks like Rewex will be the first driver to finish his qualifying time. He does improve slightly to 22nd place. There's not a lot of drivers out there that are on flying laps, so I'll just keep an eye on the ones that are coming through. The 702 car is next. That is Outspace, currently in P15. He is 2.5 seconds back. Can he improve on his last lap? And then after that it's the 180 car. So as Outspace goes across, he does improve. He goes P14, 0.3 faster, which is always good. We have the 180 car of Schnarf coming across next. Schnarf is going to go from P9 to P8 on his last lap. That's a good qualifying lap by him. Next is the 24 car. I can't find you quick enough. You are... it's Hush. Oh no, so it's Bimmer. So Bimmer across the line. He doesn't improve that time round. 81 is Pernaza. He might be the last driver out there that can set a time, or maybe it's the 319 car. But no, Pernaza doesn't opt to finish his lap. So I think the last driver out there that can improve their time is Fortunator. He's come around the last corner now. Can he improve on his last lap? Fortunator currently 0.8 back. There's only 3 drivers within a second of the fastest time. And as Fortunator crosses the line on his last lap, he does improve his time, but it isn't enough to move himself up the order. So it looks like we have this Skeno-Wilson battle for P1 and P2. Both these drivers, I think they are friends because I did see them chatting on Discord and things. But maybe just a bit of camaraderie out there. But yeah, there's a good little qualifying, guys. There's 13 drivers all within 2 seconds of the pole time. If you look at the top 3 drivers, if you rule them out because of their speed compared to everyone else, so 4th down to 13th is literally separated by a second. So like I said, any one of those drivers can easily get themselves on the podium today if those 3 at the front squabble. I think people like Skeno and Wilson, if they look at their times, maybe even Fortunator, just have to look at these times and think they need to work together maybe to get themselves up the order. But that was a really good qualifying. It looks like Sprightly qualified P20, so Sprightly being Dick Trickle's golden boy. We'll see what Sprightly can do in this race. He's in a race with the other white flagged man, who is David. So these guys, just so you know, obviously if you are familiar with XCL, a red banner does mean that you are a rookie driver, silver means you're a bronze stroke silver driver, and white normally says that you're a gold driver. These 2 drivers here in 19th and 20th aren't gold drivers. They're literally just haven't had their banners updated because they're brand new to XCL. So when you next see the race, they will have a red banner. Let's have a look then at the times. So we do know that we had Skeno being the only driver to get into the 130s. If you look at Otife, it was only 0.3 0.33 thousandths of a second faster Wilson was in the third sector. So I think a 130.9 is the fastest time we would have seen out there today anyway. Then we have Wilson and Fortunator, the only other two drivers that are in the 131s. And then, like I said, we have from 4th down to 12th, all in the 132s. And then we have a few 33 drivers, and then we have a few cars with the 34s and then 35s. And then we have a couple of drivers in the 37s, Bimmer and Hush Webb. We'll probably be having a good battle there at the back. Look forward to watching that one, the BMW versus the Porsche. So we'll see how those two get on. But I think your winner is going to be somewhere probably between Skeno, Wilson and Fortunator, I'd imagine, unless they take each other out. And then it'll be a case of the rest of the guys in the top 20, in the top 12, maybe trying to race for that podium spot. But Tilo Staz saying, I support any Porsche. Good luck, Tilo Staz. We'll see how they get on today. Jamie Feller saying 6 McLarens. I know, Jamie Fellows, you're a big fan of the McLarens, and I think the McLarens are showing that they do have some serious pace out there today. 6 of them in the top 8, which is pretty mad. The Ferraris and the Porsches not having a good day at this track for sure. But yeah, so let me just go through the grid quickly. So we have AERT Skeno on P1 with P1 Wilson in P2, so he's not going to be happy about that. Fortunator is in P3, that's 3 McLarens in the top 3. And then we have Martin in P4 in the Lamborghini, and then Thanatar in P5 in the Mercedes. These two upsetting the balance of the rest of the McLarens. Instax Velo is 6th place with Emmanuel in 7th and Schnarf in 8th. We have Sam Lang in 9th with Armando Mar in 10th. That is an all-Ferrari 5th row. And we have an all-Ferrari 6th row as well with Gaz and Big Al at 11th and 12th place. They seem out of position slightly there, so I think that Gaz and Big Al should move up the order slightly. Tilo Staz saying he supports all Porsches. He's the lead Porsche driver out there in P13. Out Space is 14th here. Pulcinello is starting from the pit lane here, so it will be Suzuko that will get P15, and then Levi will move up to 16th place. But it's Panazza currently 18th, Dawid 19th, Sprightly 20th, Dronelander is P21 with Rewex in P22. Panzabero is 23rd, so these will move up the order now because the people in the pits. And then Hush Webb 22nd, Dronelander 23rd, Bimmer 24th, and Springsphere 25th. Looks like Pulcinello, like I said, is the driver in the pit lane, so everyone just gets bumped up the order slightly. I also want to take a note out for a second to say welcome to XCL to AERT Skeno. This is your debut race, so good luck out there today. We also know that Instax Fellow is a new driver today, so good luck out there and good luck in your race. Outspace is also a new driver today, so good luck on your XCL debut. We'll see what you can do out there today as well. We did have Albert. I don't think I saw Albert in there. It looks like he hasn't joined today. And we also had Roluk, but he hasn't joined as well. And then we also know that Dawid is a new driver, and so is Sprightly. So those 5 drivers out here racing in their XCL debut. So good luck to all of them today. We are just coming around the last corner now, so let me just quickly take this opportunity to switch to a better camera angle for the race. There we go. There should be a better angle for the start. So here we go, guys. So they're coming around the last corner now. We have Skeno and Wilson alongside each other here. The black versus white, light versus dark. You know, this is it's a dream matchup here for these two. We'll see what can happen as they go down the track here. But we're coming up to the start now. Remember, this is a 30-minute feature race, guys, and it is green light, go, go, go at Valencia. We have Skeno getting a good start there. Wilson just tucks in behind. It'll actually be Martin and Fortunato that will have a little battle in the first corner, but they both get through unscathed. Fanatar's going to come through okay here. So all these McLarens, when they all seem to be getting around with no kind of squabbles here. I'm just looking at someone in the back here, as we do see that Schnarf dive down the inside there slightly. That might not be Schnarf, actually, that might be another driver. I apologise. That might be Panazza potentially. So that's Big Al, sorry, Big Al there, just behind Gaz. It looks like there's a stop and go 30 penalty as well for Puccinello. I'm not sure if that's maybe speeding in the pit lane, but it looks like every single driver has got around cleanly here, and it is. I'm just trying to, so the map's going mad here, but it is Skeno, I believe, that has got himself out into the lead. Is P1 Wilson. There we go, so it's calmed itself down now. So yeah, Skeno is out in the lead here. Wilson is in P2. These two seem to be slightly starting to run away from Fortunato in Fortunato. I always get his name. We'll call him Fortune. Fortune in third. Martin is still holding out that fourth place, who is as you were for first, up to maybe in fifth. I think even up to fifth, sixth, seventh. These guys are all similar in positions here. Fanatar just watched Martin go wide there. He will see if he can get himself up a position on the opening lap. And then Emmanuel is holding sixth place here currently. So it's very, very clean, guys. This is very, very clean racing by everyone out there. But Skeno, who is, looks like he's got, did get a good drive at that last corner. I don't know if Wilson's going to be able to maybe get a run on him here. But Wilson, yeah, Wilson's closing this gap here. Can Wilson maybe make a move after the end of the first lap? Going down into the first corner. Is he going to take a look here? It looks like he does think about diving down the inside. I don't know if that was maybe just a bit of a glitch there by those two. But yeah, Skeno goes really, really wide there. And Wilson just maybe has to slam on his brakes a little bit. It looked like he was driving into the back of him, but I think that was a bit of a glitch. Fortunato Fortune is holding out P3 currently with Martin, I said, in P4. He does have Fanatar all over the back of him here, and Fanatar will be looking to see if he can make a move past. It looks like those front three are starting to get away slightly from this order, but I'm really, really pleased with how clean this rookie racing is. Emmanuel, just looking at the back of this battle, he's in P6 with Schnarf in P7. He has Sam Lang just behind him there. Sam Lang looking really juicy on the brakes there. That was really, really good driving by those three. Now these guys, this is the first kind of group battles in the top 8. And then after that, it's Instex Velo, who is a bit further back now. He's starting kind of the train of cars in the second part of the field. He has Panazza behind him in P11. And then Levi is then behind him in, 11th. Now and then you have Tilo Staz, who's just chasing down Levi here. Sprightly, who started in P20, has made its way all the way up into P13. That is a good little start by him. He's managed to get past Gaz as well. Gaz currently in P40. I don't know, he must have had maybe a bit of a poor start here. And then Amanda Ma is currently holding that P15 spot. Suzuko is currently P16 here in that green Porsche. And then Dawid is now in P17. He started in P19, so again, he has made up a few places at the start. He will just keep kicking on here. Hushweb is in a battle with Panzabero currently. Hushweb made up a few places at the start as well. Panzabero just diving down the inside here. Looks like he's going to try and make that move stick. I thought Panzabero is kind of aware of that. Rewex now is going to see if he can maybe capitalise on Hushweb here and get himself through. Outspace looks like he's had a bit of a poor start because he was P15 in qualifying, now down into P21. And then Bimmer racing here, he is in P22, a bit of the way back. I don't know maybe if he's had a little crash at the start here, but he is out there doing his best. Dronelander has pitted, and he is the net pit leader out here currently in P23. Big Al in P24, and then Springsphere in P25. These drivers have all pitted, so keep an eye on these drivers as they all go through the order. Puccinello has come back out, but he had a stop and go 30 penalty for speeding in the pit lane at the start, so he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to get himself off the back. Interestingly, Eitar Skeno has opted to pit early out here, and he has tucked himself in down the back of the order. He will be, what driver is he behind here? Looks like he has got ahead of the other drivers out there, so it looks like he's got Bimmer ahead of him here. Bimmer is a race for position, although Skeno is behind him. But it looks like Skeno is now opted to go for a pit stop early, which is interesting. So that means I presume he had quite heavy fuel load at the start then. So because some of the other drivers will probably run their fuel down as Skeno does die down the inside. I don't think Bim was going to put up much of a fight there. But that is then P1 Wilson then that will opt to take stay out longer. And he has taken that lap 3 lead. Fortune is now 1.8 seconds back. And then there's another 2.7 seconds to Fanatar, so it looks like there has been a few more drivers that have potentially gone in the pits here. Fanatar was racing with Martin, but it looks like Martin has now lost that position. Martin now is in a race with Emmanuel. Emmanuel has seen Fanatar get past, and he will now be thinking, can he get past himself? Martin had the same issue, I think, when he last raced. He had a really good qualifying pace, but just didn't quite have the race pace once that fuel was in the car. But he is a good racer, and I think, yeah, Martin's nice and clean. I think he will try his best to sort of stay up there with this main kind of battle, because we don't know what's going to happen to... see, because the only problem is with Skeno, as we just mentioned him now, so the only problem is with Skeno, you see, is that with Wilson staying out at the front, he has no traffic ahead of him, so Wilson can just pump in some clean laps. But for Skeno to get through the pack, he will have to pass all the drivers ahead of him, and that's something he's going to have to keep an eye on and watch out for as the race unfolds. But he is now closing Hush Webb at a rate of knots. He is now only 1.5 seconds behind. So let's see what he can do. Can he get past cleanly? We'll just watch Skeno for a second here. Actually, I'm just switching to Outpace, because it looks like Outpace has now just got past, I believe that's Panzerero. Yes, Panzerero behind him. Yes, Outspace has now made the move on Panzerero and moved himself up into P17. There is a few little battles going out there, so I'm going to try and catch some of these for you guys. It looks like Schnarf is racing with Sam Lang here for 6th and 7th, so I'm just going to ride with this one for a second. Schnarf here is a nice, yeah, he's a seasoned rookie, should we say. It looks like Instant Velo is going to try and dive bomb down both of them here. This is a great little battle. So Sam Lang, Schnarf and Instant Velo all within half a second of each other. This is really, really good racing. This is not going to be... Jamie Fellows isn't going to like in this one, because he is seeing Schnarf and Instant Velo, both of the McLarens, being held up by Ferrari here. Jamie Fellows saying, I'm in love with the 720S GT3 or road car. Now, Jamie Fellows, if you don't, if you're still in here or have you left or whatever, can you just confirm, are you racing the 720 in the TSRC Championship? Yes, it looks like Sam Lang has done his best to hold off these guys currently. Looks like Gaz is also looking pretty racy on Levi here. Levi, whenever I mention him, will give him some good praise. I know Levi does sometimes listen to the stream in the background. He does normally bin it. So I hope I'm not going to commentate and curse Levi again and see Levi crash into the wall. I think Levi also is a controller racer. But Gaz is looking pretty racy on Levi now, and it looks like he is going to try and make a move sooner rather than later. It looks like, yeah, Gaz is starting to move his way back up the field, and Levi is doing his best to hold off Gaz, but Gaz is a quick driver as he just hit the curb there on the inside. That is going to displace him slightly, but look at the way you see Levi's car at the front just wiggles around. That's because he's trying to do those minor corrections with the controller. Well, I would say, Levi, if you are listening, instead of tapping the stick, try and just be a bit more smooth. Push the stick forward and roll it left and right, and that should give you a bit more smoothness with the controller racing. But good luck out there, Levi. I'm just going to stay with this one for seconds. It looks like Gaz is going to try and make a move down the inside. He dives down there. Levi saw it coming. He didn't yeah, hold up too much, and that is him past there. As I'm looking now, Amanda Marr chasing down Tilo Staz. This is a battle for 12th and 13th place. You see Tilo Staz ahead of him there. It looks like actually Sprightly is just behind here as well. So this is another little good battle. We knew we were going to have some good battles out there, and this is looking pretty tasty. Amanda Marr trying to make his way up through the field as well. Looking back at Skeno, Skeno has got his position past Hush Webb and Rewex, but like I said, now the problem is at the minute, if you look at, so look at Skeno. So Skeno now is got this back marker ahead of him again, so he's got Panzerberg, not back marker, sorry, he is racing for position, but obviously Skeno has pitted, so now Skeno has to try and work his way around Panzerberg, and it's not always going to be easy. You see him trying to, I think he's got a bit of, I think that's Panzerberg maybe with the signal problem, but yeah, all this time that Skeno can't get past, he's having to slam his brakes on, hold himself up, and it's not looking good for Skeno in regards to that. And as long as, if you look at here, P1 Wilson in the lead, he has got such a clean track ahead of him. So P1 Wilson, I don't know if he's listening to the stream. If he is, he's a wise man. I'll give him some advice here. If I was P1 Wilson now, I would just keep racing and racing and racing until I caught up with the back markers. And then once I got caught up in a bit of traffic, before it starts to hinder me, just as I see it in the distance, I would dive in the pits and pit, and then I reckon I'll come out ahead of, because we do know that Skeno has got the faster time, so you know, the fastest sort of lap times, but we do know that Clean Air Wilson is going to be advantageous to him, and it might have been a bad call from Skeno to dive in the pits early, but What do I know? I'm just a broadcaster. We'll see how that unfolds. Emmanuel is still trying to get his way back past Martin. Actually, whilst I'm here, let's just we've just under 20 minutes to go. Let me just run you through the order as it stands right now, okay, guys? So P1 Wilson is currently out in the lead. He has a 3.6 second gap over Fortune, so that means that he is pumping in some good lap times here. Fortune doing his best. He's in a big race of his own at the minute. He has a 3.6 gap ahead and a 4-second gap behind to Fanatar. Fanatar again is doing a good job here in P3 currently. He just needs to keep pumping those lap times. Martin is doing his best to try and hold on here, but he is currently 1.7 seconds back. Now in P5 is Emmanuel. He's about 0.8 of a second back from him, so Emmanuel trying his best here in this race to try and get past Martin here. Instax Velo is currently P6 in the 222 McLaren. He is one of our debutants today, so he's having a cracking little drive out there. He's got a 1.3 second lead over Sam Lang. Now we do know Sam Lang is holding off actually, he was holding off Instant Velo and Schnarf, but it looks like Instant Velo has got past. So actually, it's just Schnarf now that he needs to try and get past Sam Lang as quickly as possible. Actually, has Sam Lang got the same livery as Panzabero? Just wondered. They have. Are they a team? Are Panzabero and Sam Lang a team here? Or is that just a standard Ferrari livery? I don't know, but that looks quite... after... Someone just remind me, or someone quickly put in Discord, if you are listening, Sam Lang and Panzabera, are you teammates? I want to know. But Panazza, yeah, he's currently 3.2 seconds back in P9 with Gaz in P10, 1.4 seconds back. He has a big lead of 4.2 seconds to Tilo Staz. Tilo Staz is still doing his best to hold off Amanda Ma. Amanda Ma only half a second back. This is a battle for what is P12 and P11 in this race. Now, Dick Trickle's golden boy, Sprightly, he said send all his love to. He is currently in P13 on his XCL debut, so good luck to Sprightly today. He's having a good race out there. Suzuko is 1.1 seconds back in another Porsche. This is a nice little Porsche battle here between Sprightly and Suzuko. Keep an eye on those two. Outspace is currently P15, 2.4 seconds back. He's in a race with Dawid here. Sorry, Dawid. Sorry, I keep saying his name wrong. Dawid is a XCL debut as well, and he's currently P16 here. But 8.8 back, so he'll obviously be trying his best here. We now see Skeno obviously coming up on the back of this battle. He's currently the net pit leader out there, 1.6 seconds off this battle. He's going to have to do his best to try and get through as quickly as he can. Panzabera then is 8.7 seconds off the back of here. So we did see Skeno just past Panzabera a lap or so ago, and he's gained 8 seconds already, so you can see the pace of Skeno out there. He's just getting hindered by this traffic. Rewex is currently 2.6 seconds back from this battle, and he's in P19 with Hushweb then 8 seconds back in P20. He's got about a 10-second gap to Bimmer, who is just sort of racing here with Big Al. I think Big Al has pitted and had just passed Bimmer there on the track. Springsphere then is 8.5 seconds back from this battle. He has pitted as well. He's P23. He's got Drone Lander just half a second behind him. These two are battling for what is like the 23rd and 24th in this race. But obviously they have pitted, so they will get more places as other cars do decide to come in. Levi has pitted, but he has also got a drive-through penalty for track infringements, which is unfortunate for him. He will have to drive through the pits again. And then Puccinello is out there in last place. He did start from the pit lane, and then on entry to the race did get a stop-and-go 30 penalty for speeding. So that's really unfortunate for him. But that is your kind of 20-minute roundup, guys. And let's just go and find some action, shall we? So right now, Schnarf is 0.3 of a second, or was 0.3 of a second behind Sam Lang. Looks like he has fallen off the pace a little bit there. Let's see, Emmanuel, though, is right behind Martin here. Martin doing a cracking job trying to hold Emmanuel behind. We'll see what they can do as it goes on. What do you reckon, guys? If you are listening in the chat at the minute, if you are just sort of joining the stream, we do have P. Wilson out in the lead currently. Like I said, he is... he opted to stay out on track, and he's about 0.3 of a lap slower normally on qualifying pace to the net pit leader in Skeno, but Skeno has got traffic, and he has been battling with traffic all day. So do we think P1 Wilson is going to win this race just by virtue of strategy, or do we think Skeno's raw pace is enough to keep him out there in the front when everyone pits? What do you all think, guys? Yeah, Emmanuel still looking racy on Martin here. This is one of the big battles out there. He is trying to make his way past to get that P4 spot. It'll actually probably end up being P5, obviously, once Skeno has come through. As we see now, Emmanuel does dive down the inside. Martin does give him just enough space, and they are going to come around to a couple of left-handers here. This should be advantage Emmanuel as they do come round here. Martin is going to try and stay late on the brakes and hold the outside line, but he does unfortunately just lose it. He does try to switch back here. Martin isn't going to let this move go too easily, and they are still racing, but it is going to be two right-handers now. So as long as Emmanuel does brake, yeah, he holds the brakes well, holds the line well, that is going to be move completed. So that's a great little overtake by Emmanuel there, well done. And that is P4 for you, which is probably net P5 once everyone has decided to pit. Great overtake there, well done. I'm just looking out here. It looks like we have Skeno that just passed Outspace and Suzuko. Suzuko was in a race earlier with Sprightly, but it looks like yeah, maybe they've capitalised with Skeno coming through here. And yeah, Outspace is now back in his original spot, which he was when he qualified in P15. But obviously he hasn't pitted yet, so a few drivers will get ahead of him when he does eventually decide to come in the pits. Who else is out there? So drive-through cleared by car number 1. Who is car number 1? Oh yeah, it was Levi. Yes, so Levi has now yeah, done his drive-through penalty. So we have some new drivers coming in now, guys. We have P1 Wilson from the lead. This is the one we were wondering about. So P1 Wilson coming down out of the straight now. Where is Skeno? Skeno is coming around the first corner now. So it looks like P1 Wilson has done it on track. We did say this, guys, that obviously Skeno has been having to dive in and out of traffic here. Oh, as you see, that is Sprightly spinning out there. Sprightly did see that car behind him, and it's kind of saw him in his rearview mirror. But yeah, Wilson has got through out of the pits ahead of, as we do see, yeah, the black McLaren behind now. So Skeno will see Wilson ahead of him and know that if he wants to win this race, he's going to have to do it on the track. Wilson's going to be really, really happy with that. But Wilson's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. He's going to be thinking, get out of the way. But obviously they don't have to, because this is a race 4 position. That is Tilo Staz that is racing for P8, P9. So the question is can Wilson use this traffic to his advantage and get out ahead? Yes, obviously he's got through there quite cleanly, actually. And now we're going to see what Skeno can do with the same traffic here. So these guys, you know, potentially they are going to hold him up now and give Wilson the opportunity to maybe get himself up the track a little bit faster. Obviously, this isn't the kind of place you want to be tucked in behind these guys. It looks like Tilo Staz does have a little wobble there, and it is going to allow Skeno to get around the outside. And Skeno now is going to chase down Panzabero again for what seems like an eternity amount of times here. Is that Skeno? Sorry, is that Panzabero? I'm not sure exactly who that one is. That might be Lang potentially, but no, it is Panzabero. Yeah, Panzabero then just stays out wide. He's going to let him through there as we see another driver come out of the pits. But that is real big news here then. So that is Skeno now 1.7 seconds off the back of Wilson. And yeah, if Skeno wants to win this race, he is going to have to pass Wilson on track. So I think Wilson will do everything he can now to hold him back here and take that victory away from Skeno. Which would be, like I said, it is his XCL debut, so it would be Skeno. It would be a great win for Skeno, but Wilson's going to do everything he can in that battle. Martin's still trying to chase down Emmanuel here for what is now P2 and P3, but like I said, it is probably net P5 once everyone's pit stops have happened. Panazza is in the pits currently as well. Tilo Staz is in the pits. He's got a drive-through penalty for what looks like... oh no, Tilo Staz has got a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I thought it was a stop-and-go 30 penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's interesting. I've never seen that one before, but he's got away with that one, really, if that is the case. So all these drivers are starting to settle into their sort of relative positions now. It looks like Fanatar now will take that P3 place, but what is actually, let's have a look. See, Fortune is now in the pits here, so let's see what Fortune can do in relation to the rest of the drivers. And Martin is in the pits as well now. So with Wilson coming around the last corner, he will take what is going to be, what, P2 now in this race, or maybe P3 with Velo there as well. But it looks like Fortune is still out there. He is starting to move now with Wilson coming down. So Wilson should get past him with ease here. But, yeah, where is it? There's Fortune there. But is Fortune going to get... Oh, I was going to say, is Fortune going to... So basically, Fortune almost capitalised on that as well. But with Fanatar a bit further back, that means it is back as you were, P1, P2, P3. So the 3 McLarens that were in the lead are still out there. It looks like actually as well, there will be for a minute, until Emmanuel and Velo decide to pit, it will be McLaren's in the top 5 here. This is some good racing out there, guys. We have just come up to 10 minutes to go, guys, so we know the feature by now. We're going to go into the inside camera here. We're going to start with Skeno. Let's go on this view for a change. It's a bit different, isn't it? So we are racing here with Skeno. We can see his best lap is a 1:31.4. But I'm going to tap the trigger 4 times, and we're going to see who we end up with, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are racing with Fortune. So Fortune currently, his fastest time is a 1:31.8. So he's about 0.4 of a second off of the best lap that Skeno has set. Like I said, this is technically a battle for what is 3rd place. He is P5 out there currently. He does have Skeno and Wilson ahead of him. He can see them just on the track there. But yeah, he has it all to do if he is to, to get himself up into the P2, P1. But I think Fortune will just be focusing on maintaining that gap to Thanatar behind him. It's currently 8.6 seconds, and that'll just be enough to give him, like I said, a nice little 3rd place, which is always some good XCL points. We're going to tap it probably 5 times again, and we'll see who we get next in a moment. But like we said, to keep an eye on that time, so that's a 1:31.8, and then we will see how that stacks up against everyone else on the field. So let's ride. Let's ride with Tilo Staz. So Tilo Staz, you see his fastest time is a 1:33.8. So you can see that he's currently lapping 2 seconds a lap slower than any other driver. So the sort of top drivers we were watching a minute ago. Staz looks like he's got about a 6-second lead to the cars ahead, and he has got Instant Velo, currently the race leader, behind him, 1.7 seconds back. But obviously he hasn't pitted yet. So it looks like he is catching up with the car ahead. Is this is like his maybe a potential race for position here? I don't know what's happened to Sprightly there. Sprightly got some damage by the looks of it, but Tilo Staz is coming up to behind him now here. Tilo Staz did say he loves all Porsches, so let's see what he does. He's got Porsches in 18th, 19th and 20th currently. Good little race going on there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are now racing with Big Al in 12th place. He has Gaz ahead of him, 2.8 seconds back. I did say that Big Al Gaz battle would go on. Would be a good one to watch today. Now they're both racing in Ferraris. Gaz has got the green and black Ferrari, and then Big Al has got the orange and black Ferrari. So these drivers doing a good job out here in P11, P12 with 25 drivers. So I think as long as you get in the top 14, top 15, you should get positive points. Yeah, we just you can see all the car movement, the steering wheel movements here. He's I don't think Big Al is so Big Al is a steering wheel driver here, but yeah, his fastest time is a 1:33.5. So you can see again he's about 1.8 seconds off of the rest of the field. So you see that Gaz hits a 1:34.0, he's at a 1:34.5. So he lost about half second to Gaz on that last lap. So he will need to start doing a bit more moving forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can find someone that's in a bit of a battle. Here we go. So this is, so that's not a battle though. I want to see a battle somewhere. That's a big battle ahead of us. So this is, look at it. This is a good example, guys. This is the difference, right? So you look at that car steering wheel, right? So Levi there, look at the way that steering wheel is twitching about. So when you've got an actual wheel, obviously, you know the hand movements and the way the car reacts is, the same as, what you're doing in the car. But look at the corrections he has to make. So every single time he switches that controller left and right, look at the way that car, the guy's hands are moving. Like I said, so he's literally just tapping that stick every single time to kind of make those little corrections. And that's what's kind of like causing the steering wheel to go left and right like that. So it must be doing so much more damage to the wheels. It's crazy when you think about it, the way that kind of the way that kind of wheel moves like that. We have one more chance. We'll ride with Schnarf here. So Schnarf for the last feature, he is in a big battle here he has Sam Lang ahead of him in P9. And then a couple of cars up the road is Instant Velo, who has also pitted as well. Oh, that is Sam Lang doing a drive-through. That was a last-minute ditch and dive into the pits. So I think Sam Lang got a drive-through penalty for track infringements, and he just opted to dive straight out of the way. Hopefully he didn't speed going into the pit lane there. That's really unfortunate for him. So you can see now that we now have Instant Velo ahead here, and then we have David just a little bit ahead here, but David hasn't pitted yet. So we're coming up to the last 5 minutes of this race, guys, and I will go through the order one last time, and we'll keep an eye on the battle of the front and see what's going on, see whether Wilson has managed to hold it out. But as always, I like to give a few people a bit of camera time here. So thank you, Schnarf, for that. And let's go back to our normal camera now. So we are back now with Schnarf. And then let's go back to the front order. So, as it stands, P. Wilson is out there in the lead. He has a 1.1 second gap over Skeno. Skeno will be doing his best or his utmost to close that gap down to Wilson and take that win. But at the minute, Wilson's doing all he needs to do. He's ran his strategy perfectly today, and that will be enough for him to secure the win. Skeno, like I said, currently in P2 there in that all black McLaren. Look how close they are. This is going to be a good battle for the end here. Fortune 6 seconds back. He's going to look like he's going to hold that P3 position. Emmanuel, who is in P4 currently, is 14 seconds back. Martin is 1.8 seconds back from him in P5. Fanatal looks like he must have had a crash out there somewhere because he's now 5.7 seconds back from him. Although we have David currently in P7, he hasn't pitted yet, so he will tumble down the order when he does eventually decide to pit. Instant Velo is currently P8. Looks like we have maybe a bit of a glitch there, sorry. Schnarf about 2.3 seconds back. He's in P9 here. Gaz now, because of that drive-through for Sam Lang, has promoted himself up into P10. He's 6.1 seconds back off of Schnarf here. So his main battle is with Big Al behind him, who is currently 2.9 seconds back and will be doing his best to chase that one down. Unfortunately, though, Big Al has just got a drive-through penalty, and that will make his day go from bad to worse. It looks like he's just letting Amanda Mar past. I don't know why he did that for, though, because there is a race 4 position. But Big Al, will have to go and do a drive-through penalty now, which is unfortunate for him. As another drive-through penalty comes in as well, guys. Loads of drive-through penalties for track infringements coming in those last few minutes. So the order's still going to change quite a lot out there. So Outspace is currently in P13. Sam Lang, after doing his drive-through penalty, is P14 here. Spring Sphere is in P15. He's still in that race with Drone Lander. So you think they were having that little battle earlier for what was 22nd and 23rd. They're now up in P15 and P16. And with Big Al having to do a drive-through penalty as well, there is still chance for them to potentially get that place, another couple of places up the order. Panazza is P17 here. He's got a drive-through penalty as well. So he's going to lose some places maybe to Tilo Staz and Sprightly behind. Actually, no, Sprightly had to field a drive-through penalty as well, so he's just coming out of the pits now currently, so he's probably fallen down the order slightly here. Yes, it looks like he's lost places to Zuko here, who is now going to be in P19. And then Levi is going to be... Oh, no, Levi's now P19, sorry. Tilo Staz is in P18. Sprightly's fallen down to P20. Looks like Zuko's maybe had an accident here. He's now P21. Rerex is P20... Oh, sorry. So they're catching up as it. I hate the fact that timer screens don't update quickly enough. So Zuko is P20, Rerex is P21, sorry. Sprightly's P22, Panzerbero's P23, Bimmer's P24, Hushwebb's P25, and then Puccinello is P26 and last. But as I said, there is still a lot of changes to be made out here. Let's go back to Skeno. Skeno now only 0.4 of a second behind Wilson, with what is, what will probably be going across the line now, maybe 2 laps. Hey Lucy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is getting close now, guys. So if you are just tuning in like Lucy, we do know that Skeno did get the pole position and was leading, but he opted to pit on lap 3. He then had to fight through the field, and that allowed Wilson to get out in the lead in the pit stops. Wilson, as then, oh look, this is getting so tight. Looks like Skeno's going to try and go on the outside here, but he isn't going to have the inside line for the next corner. But this is really, really good racing here. But I think Skeno's done enough here, because Skeno will get that inside line for the next corner. I don't know if Wilson's going to let this one go lightly, but Skeno has now dived through. But yeah, so Skeno did lose that place to Wilson with... on that 3rd lap, and Wilson's held it off to what is looked like the second from last lap here, but Skeno has done enough battling. But actually, with the fuel and stuff, you never know, guys. They might not actually get another lap in, but I think they might just squeeze it here. But fantastic racing by Skeno, and he has what looks like stolen the win from Wilson with 1 lap to go. So great driving, Skeno. That was really, really clean racing by those two. Real good example of what we should be doing in XCL or any kind of racing league. Really, really positive stuff there, guys. Fantastic racing. I'm just going to stay with these guys just in case it is the last lap here, but I think Skeno's got 17 seconds. I think he will come round and have to complete 1 more lap before the race. So we are now, yeah, this is going to be the last lap. Lucy saying got distracted by Forza Motorsport 2. Forza Motorsport 2? Is that a typo, Lucy? Let me know. Because Forza Motorsport 8 is coming out soon. So it's strange that you're playing on Forza Motorsport 2. That is an old game. Yes, we are on the last lap now, guys. So Skeno has taken that last lap lead over Wilson. Wilson valiantly held him off, but it won't be enough, and Skeno probably will take this win now. It looks like any other battles, we need to keep an eye on the last lap. It looks like Outer Space will get that place to Big Al, because Big Al will have to go through the pits this lap, and that will allow Outer Space on his debut to get P12. Also, David is going to have to go in the pits as well. David isn't pitting here. There's no one told David that he has to pit. He's going to get a big, big penalty, and that's going to promote Gaz up to P9, Amanda Marr up to P10, and Outer Space is probably going to get P11 here, which is fantastic, as we do see Big Al now going through, doing his drive-through now. But Skeno is coming around the last sector. Lucy saying that she would have been racing tonight, but unfortunately she doesn't have the 2023 DLC. That is unfortunate, Lucy, but I hopefully see you out on track again soon. I look forward to seeing you out there. You are a good racer. Skeno now coming around the last corner. So Skeno has got the pole position. He has got the race win, but he didn't get the fastest lap, unless he's going to set it here on this last lap of the race. But as Skeno crosses the line, this is an XCL debut victory, and that's a fantastic effort by him. I think Wilson's had a crash here, has he? Because Wilson's run out of fuel. He's in the pits. So Fortunator will cross the line in P2 here. Manuel is going to take an unlikely and unexpected P3 here. So Martin's going to be really annoyed about that. But this is an all McLaren front three. I think Wilson ran out of fuel. But Emmanuel, yeah, he's going to take P3 here. Well done on that podium finish. Martin's going to take P4. Thanatar is going to take P5 here. What a shocker by Wilson. He's going to lose XCL rating points now. Velo's going to take P6. Schnaaf's going to take P7 here. Yeah, Lucy saying F. That's a big fail. What is Wilson done there? Yeah, David hasn't decided to go in the pits here for some reasons. He's going to get a 130-second penalty and probably finish somewhere near dead last. Gaz is going to be P9 here. Amanda Marr is going to take P10. Outspace is going to take P11. Sam Lang is going to take P12. The only thing I can think about with Wilson is has he defaulted? No, so has he disconnected or something? Sam Lang's going to take a P12. Springsphere is going to take P13. Great driving by Springsphere here. Drone Lander behind him will take P14. Good racing by these two. Obviously, it looks like Big Al's looking pretty racy on Drone Lander here, trying to take that last little spot, but it will be Big Al in 15th. Tilo Stars will take 16th here. And Wilson will take, yes, Tilo Stars wobbling across the line. Well done, Tilo. That's a nice P15 finish by you. Wilson, though, parked in the pits. I don't know what the heck's happened there. But yeah, Panazza's P17, Levi 18, Zuko 19th, Panzerberry 20th, Sprightly 21st, Rewex 22nd, Bimmer 23rd, Hushweb 24th, and Puccinello going to cross the line in P25. But yeah, that's really, so even if Wilson would have held Skeno off, I presume he's ran out of fuel there or something. Lucy saying I probably would have done this if I raced on the multi-class yesterday because I don't use a real fuel calculator. I just use the default load and hope it's enough. Yeah, that is true. I don't know if Wilson has run out of fuel. He might have just crashed or something, or I don't know, rage quit for not winning or something. But that is a really strange one by Wilson. He would have had an absolute podium, but Emmanuel isn't going to care. Emmanuel sneaking in and taking that P3 spot is fantastic. But yeah, thank you as always, guys, for joining the stream. Thank you as always for chatting with me. And if you haven't already, remember to go over and watch Habs, P1 Habs, doing his bronze stroke silver stream. It will be finished now because it was only a 20-minute sprint race. But obviously, don't forget to jump in. Yeah, Sunny Daddy saying he want to stay rookie. I don't know if that's true, Sunny Daddy, or whether that's just a speculation, but that probably looks the case because he just left for some reason. But thank you all, guys. Thank you for joining the stream, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye bye for now.